What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. As you can see in the top right, I'm level 8. I have done some grinding off screen, just try to get some levels and some money. But today we're going to continue on and let's go ahead and check our orders. So we've got the Moon Mk1 Sunrise as our story order. So we'll go ahead and take it. And see what we can do with it. So let's go ahead and move it. We're gonna give it a car wash first because we're doing our exceptional level of service here. So we'll go ahead and wash the outside. All right, it already looks like 100 times better. And then we'll go ahead and do the interior detailing. All right, go ahead and move it inside into our car lift. And let's go ahead and check objectives here. So we've got a lot of parts not discovered. So I saw, well, it's scrolling. Surely been experts already. The thing that the experts said and didn't match. Of course, the problem's still there. It boils down to the constant banging. It's unbearable. And the gearbox isn't working properly after the last repair. After a week, changing gear became nightmare. Please check it out and try to fix any problems. I'm counting on your honesty. It's the last chance for my car. If this doesn't do the trick, I'll have no other options but to get rid of it. Anyway, let me know what happens. All right, so we've got a lot of pulling apart to do. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. I'm just gonna go ahead and drain all of the fluids here. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and run all of our tests on the car. All right, all of our tests are complete and it got us a few of the parts that we need to swap out. So we'll go ahead and start all those. Let's go ahead and take off these ignition coils. So we actually need to replace 2 of those so far. Let's get 2 added to the shopping cart. I think we need to replace 2 spark plugs. Let's go ahead and get 2 of those added. First off, now I'm gonna go drain all of the fluids because we don't want to pay the $50 fine or the 50 credit fine after, you know, we start taking stuff apart. So we're just gonna try to get it all right now and then we can replace it after we get all of the car situated. So let's go ahead and back out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and lift the car up a little bit. I already see stuff in the lower, underneath it, with the suspension that looks like it's messed up, or old is what I should say, not messed up. So there's like an examination mode that you can do here. And so what you do is you just examine, you hold down, and it'll actually examine all of, you know, the suspension here. And you can see it's getting us one point or 1 XP point as well as it, you know, looking through. And so you can see, you know, the bearing or the wheel hub, whatever that is in there, is bad. This is a good way to get some extra XP as well. I'm curious to know if it's going to give us XP as we take stuff off, or if it's just since we're doing it now, because that'd be a good way to like kind of double up. I mean, I'm gonna get 17 XP just from looking at the engine, and so there's actually like a perk that gets, you know, this time, it speeds up this time it takes to inspect here. All right, so the engine's done. Check that. Check that. Check the suspension, ABS module. Can't check that. Okay, exhaust. All right, we checked that. So it's just rear suspension back here, I imagine. This is a good way to find, I think it should show like the bearing health as well. Maybe not. Maybe it's because it's connected to that. I'm not sure there. All right, let's check this side. Because those small ball bearings, or the rubber ball bearings, whatever they are, that are in the suspension, you know, they can go bad, and they're really hard to spot as well. All right, I think it's, well, can't check the fuel tank. I think it's everything other than the air intake. Okay. I think we checked everything. Like I said, that's an easy way to get some experience. And again, you know, you can kind of see where the issues are. And now I'm curious if it's going to show us on here, and it does. Okay, so we're still missing parts as well. But again, those will probably be, you know, ball bearings, maybe the inside of the transmission, which we might actually be able to examine that as well. No, can't do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and drain the oil before we take the oil pan off. Use equipment. All right, while that drains, let's take a look over here at our toolbox. So this is that perk I was talking about. Cuts down the examination time. Not worried about that right now. I think what we're gonna do is work up this renovator skill tree, just because you know, that can be beneficial to be able to repair stuff in the future, and there's a chance to instantly repair things. So that's nice. We can get that up to level 3, and then we've got 2 more skill points remaining, which I'm not sure if I'll just hold on to those. We'll actually just do this. We'll put 1 there, and we'll put 1 there. So there we go. So we increased our time to examine by, what is that, 5/100ths of a second. So we can continue to move that or upgrade that as we can, but let's go ahead and get into start breaking apart this car. I think I might just do 1 wheel at a time. I think that's going to be the most manageable thing for me. I don't want to get too much stuff like off the car at once. So I'm going to do one wheel at a time, and then we'll move into the you know, the engine and stuff to kind of finish it out. So that's fine. That's fine. We need to get to the wheel hub bearing. We'll add 1 of those. So this has to come out. The front drive axle. And then we can pull this wheel hub bearing off. Let's see. Let's remove this. That might just be the nut there that's molded. Yeah, it sets at 75, so. I think that's all we need to do there. We need to do whatever this is here. Is it the sway bar? Yeah, front sway bar. We need 1 of you. Can we take you off yet? We can't, because we've got to do that other side. So we need the drive shaft. Well, we've actually got to take... Okay, so we'll do 1 axle at a time. How's that sound? Because there's some parts that we need to take off both of these front tires for. Alright, so it looks like both of those wheel hub bearings were bad. I think we're fine there. So now we can take off the drive shaft here. And take off this front sway bar to get the to get the actual sway bar off. So that's gone now. All right. So I think that's everything we can do right here. Definitely gonna have to take the gearbox off, and I guess it makes sense to go ahead and remove that since the drive shaft isn't there. Gotta be at the top to get the starter off. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is go into our shopping list. So we need, I don't think we need these. That's from our last order. So we need 2 ignition coils, which will be in the electronics, I believe. We need 2 of you so far. Get you out of here. We need 1 front sway bar. All right, we need 1 front drive shaft. If I could. All right, so let's go here. We need electronics. I think that's where these will be. We need 2 of you. We need 2 spark plug replacements. And let's clear that off. All right. So I think that's what we need there. Let's go ahead and lower this to get that starter off. All right, starter is off. So now we should be able to take the gearbox off. Let's go ahead and jack it back up. Alright, new clutch plate. Looks like we're going to need a new flywheel as well. And, okay, so we're good right there. We need to get the crankshaft out. That involves doing a lot of work up there. So that bushing is bad, it seems. Let's go ahead and add that. 13. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some of those bushings, I wish they would show up. Need another one there. Just because they are bad, but you can't really tell. The way that they are hidden sometimes. Like that one could be bad in there, but you can't really tell. So we'll have to keep that in mind if we do have to come back for something missing. This one looks like it's going to be bad. And it's at 2%. Let's check this one over here because typically, yeah, another one there. So we've got 4 bushings so far that are bad. Where are we at as far as completing that list? We still have plenty left. So let's go. So that's obviously bad. There's another bushing. I'm gonna add that to the shopping cart. All of their bushings seem to be bad. Okay, let's take that one out. That's not what I wanted to do. That's a bad bushing right there. Over here, we've got another bad one. That one seems to be fine. These are 2 more bad ones. All right, we're got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other parts that we need to find still. And they may be inside the engine even. Alright, so let's go ahead and start. So we've actually got to lower this because all that stuff has to be in the engine bay or accessed from the engine bay. While that lowers, let's go ahead and do some more shopping. Clutch plate, buy you. Flywheel, we'll buy you. This will be an expensive repair. So far we need 10 bearings, or bushings rather. Alright, and let's go ahead and clear our shopping list because we've got all of those. And let's start taking our engine apart here. right, so that's the camshaft that we need to replace. All right, and then I'm gonna take this timing cover off as well. I bet it'll be some belts that need replaced. Okay, okay, gotta take that off. So that gear definitely needs to be replaced. Take the timing chain off. Cam gear A. Okay. Gotta go to this other side and take this timing cover off. Before we do that, we've got to go down here and take off this whole mess of stuff. So what needs to come off first? This idle roller. Go ahead and give it a spray down there. And then we can take the serpentine belt B. And from there we can take this camshaft. I'm gonna leave the alternator and the power steering pump on for the time being, just because I don't see any need to take those off right now. This cover off. Alright, and then we can take this belt tensioner off here. And serpentine belt A. And that, well, I guess we can take this cam gear off. And that should allow us to remove camshaft there. Okay. Take the throttle off. Nah, let's leave that on for right now. I don't know that we need to take that. Okay, I think we're going to, because we got to replace some pistons that are in there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get all this stuff off. I think we got a lot of the stuff off that we needed from the top, so let's go ahead and start. I'm going to disassemble the engine from the bottom now, starting with this oil pan. All right, now we got to take these rod caps off to get the crankshaft out. Looks like we're going to need to replace. That's not what I was wanting to do, but I think we needed to put that on our list anyway, so maybe not. I can't remember if the crankshaft needed to be replaced or what, so. Need a few of these crankshaft bearing caps. All right, now we got to lower the car back down because we've got to take the pistons out from the top. So we're going to take that out. I think we need to replace 2 of these. We're going to take them all out for the time being. And then we'll raise that back up. And we can take the crankshaft out. All right, so we actually have identified every bit of this at this point. So we can work on making sure we have all the stuff ordered. And then we can start playing Legos and putting the car back together. All right. All right, I think I got all of the things. So let's go ahead and put the crankshaft back in first. And then we add serpentine belt B, which does not need to be replaced. And then another idle roller. Okay, and that should be that section done. So let us look at our car status and uncheck the rest of the things that we've done, completed. All right, so just a bunch of rubber bushings. Rod cap, obviously that's gonna be underneath. And an ignition coil, so did we... Which one is having the issues here? 100%, 100%, 70%, 66%. So it's this one that's having issues. It's weird that it's saying that it's not been replaced. Okay, well, what if we take you out, take the 100 one out, add you back. Let's put the 100% one there, and the 70% one there. Are we done now? You're not. Is that spark plug? Not a good spark plug. 100%. 100%. Okay, so it just moved over. So there's obviously something wrong with that ignition coil. So we're just gonna replace it as well. Go ahead and clear our shopping list because we've got both of those. So let's pull you out and put in the brand new one. And hopefully it's not just like an actual like glitch in the game. Okay, good deal. I don't know why, because that one was at 70, but this one over here is at 66 and it's fine, so yeah, whatever. We're not gonna argue with it. Let's go ahead and lift the car back up at this point and we'll put the rest of the engine together. Put these rod caps to connect the pistons back to the crankshaft, so we need to replace those. What was this one's health at? 75. Okay, so let us we need 3 of them. Just regular car parts. Let's just go and get 4. We're gonna replace all of them. And put the oil pan back on it. And that should finish up the engine there. So let us unstar more of these that we don't need. So now it's just suspension and stuff like that. Okay. So let's go in here. And we're gonna add parts. So let's put this front sway bar on. And then we can do the front sway bar front end links. Okay, and then we can throw a new wheel hub bearing in over here. Put the front axle shaft, or front axle, what was it called? Front drive axle back in there. And let's go ahead and jump over here and finish out this other side as well. And we'll put the brakes back on. We'll leave everything but we'll put everything but the wheels back on for the time being. We're gonna do the other stuff first, being the bearings and such. Got tons of bearings to do. We had at least 10, so. Make sure that we get all of them. Or bushings. I keep saying bearings. with their bushings. Alright, I think that's the front. Let me jump over here to the back and put these bushings in. We still need to replace the rear sway bar, which will involve taking off the tires in the back as well, I imagine. Alright, that's all the bushings in place. Go ahead and take all of those off, being highlighted. So now the only thing that we have left is this rear sway bar. So let me go back up to the front. I'm gonna put these tires back on. Well, put the rest of this one's braking setup back together, and then we'll put the tires back on the front, and then we'll take care of that rear. Alright, so going into the back, I think we should be able just to get these tires off, and then take a few other parts off to get to that sway bar. I don't think we need to do a full disassembly, so we just need to take the rear end sway bar link, and then just probably do it the same over here on this side. And then we should be able to just pull that out. And just added it to our part. So if we come in here, don't need the rod caps anymore, we just need that. And then we should be able to just go ahead and put that back in place along with this. And we'll go ahead and throw this tire back on. Make sure we do the star formation. And then we'll jump back over here to this side where we can put the sway bar rear end link here. And this tire back on as well. All right, and that should cover everything. So we're gonna make 2,600 from that right there. We still need to change the oil. Basically, we just need to fill it up with oil because we need to put all of the fluids in it right now. So that's what we'll go ahead and do real quick and get this customer on their way. Alright, got them all fueled up. From just doing this extra oil change, we got $1,200 for that, so pretty good there. Yeah, not bad at all. So we're gonna get 4,500, well, almost 4,500 credits from that. Fuel rail, okay. Where was that? I think I remember taking them off. I don't remember where I took them off from though. Oh, fuel filter's missing there. Oh, I see them under here. Okay. Yeah. We're almost there, right? And now that should complete it, so there we go. We're up to 13,000 credits now. Definitely exciting. I want to go back to the junkyard and see if we can't find something to potentially flip. So we'll do that in the next video. But I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm definitely enjoying playing this game. You know, I wanted to play it so much that I was grinding it off screen, and I was just doing little jobs here and there, and it's so much fun. It can get a little, mundane as far as like doing the same thing over and over again, but I think that's part of what's fun about it. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series as well, but we will see you in the next video. And like I said, I do plan on trying to go to the junkyard to see if we can't pull a car to do a quick flip and make some extra money on. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in our next video.